AI is all the rage right now. And if you're a high ticket coach or consultant, you're probably trying to think of creative ways to integrate AI into your entire process. But finding practical uses for AI can be very challenging. So if you give me 5 minutes, I'm going to give you the most practical way that you can use AI, and it only takes a few minutes. I'll even give you the prompt. But what this is going to do is it's going to give you exactly what you need in order to improve your high ticket sales funnel. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Jay Kerr. I'm a former homeless teen who built my own high ticket offer to over 500K a month. Then I went on to work with guys like Cole Gordon and Russ Ruffino and a bunch of others, helping them generate millions of dollars in revenue. Now, before I give you the prompt, let me walk through what this looks like real quick. So obviously, if you have a high ticket offer, there's a good chance that your team is taking sales calls, obviously. And those calls typically get reviewed by a few different people. You have the sales team, obviously. I hope they're reviewing sales calls. But that's the most obvious one, right? They need it for training and all that other stuff. Usually, you're also going to have the CS team doing it too, because they want to make sure that they don't have to kill somebody on the sales team because they're selling things that they're not able to do, right? We've all had to deal with CS teams and sales teams just hating each other. The one team, though, that doesn't really review calls nearly as much as they should is the marketing team. Now, why is that? Well, traditionally, it's not something that a lot of marketers do or know how to do. They're not trained salespeople. They've never been on a sales team before. They don't even know what they're looking for, what they should be finding, or any of those other things. And that's slightly understandable. It frustrates me because as somebody who owned my own high ticket offer, who now builds sales funnels and runs paid ads for clients, I think sales calls are the most valuable form of data that any marketer can use, because what's better than hearing exactly from the prospect's mouth what they need, what they want, what they don't have, what they feel like they can't get. There's so much data and insight in a sales call. The problem is a lot of marketers just don't know how to find it. And traditionally in the past, the time it takes to review a sales call, a sales manager has no problem doing it. CS is looking for ways to destroy the sales team because it's something they did wrong. The marketers haven't really had an easy way of doing it until now. So what I want you to do this afternoon, really simple, is I want you to take 10 sales calls from your team. I want you to get the transcripts, and I want you to put them into a Google Doc. Each one in an individual Google Doc. Okay, that's it. Just go. If you use a call recording tool, it should be super easy. Go into Fathom, go into Zoom, go into Gong, go into Chorus, go into whatever. It doesn't really matter which one it is, but there should be an easy way for you to either click on a button, copy paste the whole transcript, or just click scroll down. Hopefully it doesn't make you do that, but if it does, click scroll down, get the whole transcript, paste it in a new Google Doc. Okay. Then what I want you to do is I want you to go to ChatGPT, and I want you to use this prompt that I'm showing on screen. And if you want the prompt, just comment down below prompt and I'll DM it over to you. I want you to take that prompt, give it to ChatGPT, and then start feeding it your sales calls. Okay. And the prompt will tell it, hey, I'm going to give you 10 sales calls transfers to my team. If you don't have 10 and you want to just do 5, that's fine. Just say that and then first prompt, hey, I'm going to give you X number of sales calls. I want you to analyze all the calls. And I'm going to ask you some questions about the calls. And you want to do this in one chat with ChatGPT. You don't want to open a new chat for every call. In one chat, you just want to ask it, say, hey, I'm going to give you these calls. Basically, just take the prompt that I'm showing on the screen, take that, load it up with all the calls, and then when you're done loading it up with all the calls, I want you to ask it some questions. And the best questions you can ask from a sales funnel and marketer perspective are these questions that I'm showing on screen. And what you're going to find when you ask those questions to ChatGPT is so much information that you probably didn't even know about your audience. Things like demographics, things like their goals, their pains, their desires, their competitors, the things that they have tried to explore in the past, all these commonalities that you can find. And then what you can do is you can leverage those things, either if you're doing your own marketing or you have a marketer doing it, you could take that stuff and you can use it in order to create better ad copy, better creative, or even nurturing sequences. What's the point of having a nurture sequence if it's not to address some of the things that people are bringing up on sales calls? Or when you create an ad, what better thing to include in the ad than the things that people are actually saying on their sales calls? This is a simple exercise that takes literally 15 minutes to do. And what I always recommend and what I do myself is that every week you do this exercise. Every single week, you take 10 to 15 sales calls from the team, copy paste it. You can have a VA do this, copy paste it, load it up into ChatGPT, use the same prompt. Even better, it just go back to the same chat, say, hey, I'm going to give you another 10 calls, and say, what's different about these 10 calls than the 10 calls last week? And add that question to the list of questions that you're going to ask. Then you start gaining a library of information that you can then use to create marketing SOPs, create marketing material, create creative, all these different things. And it's so much better than having your marketer or you trying to guess at what's going to work, guess what your prospects want, guess at what things people need in order to convert into a sale. No, you have it all right there. You have the sales calls transcripts. All you need to do is use it.